Okay, so this is going to be my first area solo, and I'm going to do a few touch and goes when I get back. Alright. So I've done the pre-flight inspection, the second flight of the day. We are in a good position here. Position is clear, maintenance release, and flight manual up on board. Passenger briefing, I can skip. Security, there's nothing loose in the back. Seats are adjusted and secured. Hatches and harnesses are secure. I've refueled recently. Fuel is clean, sufficient, quality checked. Circuit breakers all in. Mix is rich. Throttle 10 millimeters. Friction not set. Carb heat on. Off. Switches and avionics, everything is off except for the beacon. Trims set. The rotating beacon is on. Battery on. Flaps up. Temperature is good. Prime, don't need brakes. Test. Okay. Key. Just going to put this back here. We're going to do one pump. Alright. Clear prop! Oil pressure in the green within 30 seconds, all good. Revs 1000. Increase revs a little more to warm up. Vacuum check. Electrics alternator on. Radio ready is on. Transponder on standby.
Traffic 2014 goes around runway 35, Cessnock.
Long around 35, yeah, got it. The beacon is on. Taxi landing lights. Turn on taxi light on now.
Cessnock traffic, Echo Quebec Uniform Conquest taxi for the fuel bowsers, Cessnock.
Alright, let's go to runway 35. Cessnock traffic, Cessna 150, Sierra Lima Lima, taxi runway 35, Cessnock. Compass is working. AI is working. Going to runway 35. Is clear. Return. Tolerance into the wind, which is coming from the left. Is working. Turn coordinator is working. On the center line. Clouds are lifting, cloud base is lifting, so that's a good thing, but I will be going up to about maybe 1700 feet. This solar flight, I'll go around Kuri Kuri. If I can clear the hill for Kuri Kuri, I'll do that. Gonna do an overhead departure. I am leaving, flying off runway 35, so it's going to be an overhead.
Cessnock traffic collision 2014, turn base runway 35, touch and go Cessnock.
Right into the wind. Bird right in front of me. I'll stop here. Checklist. Back and set. Mix is rich. Primer in and locked. Fuel on insufficient. I've got 70 liters on board. Altitude indicator set. Altimeter set. Directional gyro. Directional gyro set. And coordinator, no flags. Temperatures and pressures both in the green. Switches, test idle. Booth running 1700 RPM. RP test. A drop. Magnetos, both. Left. Drop. Both. Right. Both. I'll do left again. Okay. I'm gonna lean the mixture. Okay, so I'm gonna I increased the throttle just to burn off some deposits because the left magneto seems to be a little rough. I'm gonna test again. The left magneto. Too rough. Mix is rich. Go back to 1700, test again. Left magneto. Much better. Go back to both. Smooth running, engine instruments, so vacuum is green, temps and pressures, good. Meter, positive. Set to 1000 RPM. At 1100. Air controls. Elevators. All good. Free and correct. Hatches and harnesses are secure. Mentions a brief. If anything goes wrong during the takeoff, I will set throttle to idle. Apply brakes as needed. Exit the runway after the plane hits low down. If I'm airborne and
there is runway remaining, I will set throttle to idle, push the control column forward to avoid stall, get the nose down, reland the aircraft on the available runway, apply brakes as needed and exit. If there is no runway remaining, then I will look for a suitable landing spot within my windshield, set throttle to idle, push control column forward to avoid stall and land on the selected field. I will not turn back to the runway unless I am at least 1,000 feet above ground or established downwind. That completes the emergency briefing. So departure briefing, I'm taking off on runway 35. I'm going to go to the training area. After takeoff, I'm going to do a loop and do a departure overhead, runway 35. Actually, no, I'm going to the east. Correction. So I'm going to depart on the downwind leg. I'm going to increase power a little.
Cessnock traffic voice 114, turn base for Mike 35, subject road Cessnock.
I'm going to depart downwind. I'm going to climb to 1,700 feet and do basically a sightseeing tour in the training area in that altitude. I'm not going to do anything fancy. I'm going to stay below the clouds because it's the main thing. When I come back, I'm going to do 3 touch and goes to practice my landings. On the way back, I will check to see what the wind is doing at the time. It doesn't seem like there's any rain. There's one more plane in the circuit at the moment, but probably it's going to be a different situation when I get back. So there is crosswind from the right now, about 5 knots. On the way back, I assume that runway 35 is still going to be used, so I'm going to do a overhead again to check on the wind sock, and then join downwind and continue the circuit from there. So I'm going to approach at 1,700 feet. And that is the departure brief. Okay, so all clear around. Alright, back instruments one last time. It's lining up, so transponder set to alt. Landing light is on, taxi light is off, DI and compass alignment. Yep, the alignment is still good. We'll check. Lights, camera, action. Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima, entering and rolling runway 35, Cessnock. Actually, I should have waited for this guy to go, so I'm not going to enter yet. I have to wait for him to turn. Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima, correction, entering and holding runway 35, Cessnock. Okay. Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima, rolling runway 35, Cessnock. Air rotation speed is 60 knots. Airspeed is alive. P's and P's in the green. I've got a headwind right now, 50, 60 knots, and rotate. Darling on the horizon. Good performance. 300 feet. Right rudder. Feet. 500 feet, undercarriage is down, power feed off, power on full, Flaps up. Landing light off. 600 feet. Continue the climb, pitch up a bit, get my 70 knots, climb speed. Clear right, center, and left. Continue the climb, so my target altitude for this is 1,200, but I will continue to 1,700. Right rudder. Feet. $1,200. Continue the climb. Clear right, clear center, clear left.
Cessnock traffic legend to 2014, turn base, runway 35, touch and go to Cessnock.
Continue the climb. Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima, departing downwind, runway 35, currently at 1,500 feet. Climbing to 1,700 feet to the training area, Cessnock. $1,700 feet. Just stop the climb here. Just to keep my separation from the clouds. I won't go above 1,800. Okay, good speed. We'll reduce RPMs. 2,400. Maintain this altitude. 12 o'clock now. Clear. No other traffic. There's a prison on my left, airport behind me. Just going to go down to 1,700. As I said in my call. Mainstream. $1,700. P's and P's in the green. Fuel is good. Speed is good. Heading is good. $1,700. Traffic south. As I'm doing this, I'm looking for spots for forced landings. There's one right behind me. It's a good spot. Get back to 1700. $1,800. Turn navigation on.
Cessnock traffic legend 2014, turn base runway 35, touch and go, Cessnock.
Runway 35, still in use. Go a little bit over those fields and then head east. Turbulence. That might turn to the east now. Options here for forced landings, so I could go there, could go there. Even here is that one, where it's got a couple of legs. Not on that side here. And there's also houses.
Cessnock traffic legend 2014 is going around runway 35, Cessnock.
Alright, yeah, I can see the I can see Cessnock from here. To my left, I can see the aerodrome. Yep, that's 6 miles, I'd say. Headwind now. I'm gonna go straight ahead, east, and then change my heading to kind of more like northeast heading. That will take me over the Kuri landing spot where we do the forced landing training. 1,700. knots, heading is good, T's and P's in the green, fuel is sufficient. Still good option for forced landings. Uh, 1,600, so let's get back to 1,700 slowly. Clouds to the east here. That I'm separating from. I'd actually stay at 1,600.
Cessnock traffic legend 2014 is on base, runway 35, touch and go Cessnock.
Looking back, I can see the mountain. There to my probably it's 7 o'clock. Checking DI and compass, still aligned. There's more wooded areas here, so slightly less options for forced landings. Let's climb a little. There's the antennas. I wasn't able to see those antennas earlier in the day, the first flight, but now clouds has lifted. I can even see through the mountains all the way to the lakes at Newcastle. That's good. Yeah, I can see more sun coming through the clouds. Okay, 1,700. Going to slow down slightly with 2400 RPM. So it is a little bumpy. I can see airport from here to my 9 o'clock. carry a PFL practice site, practice forced landings site. I'll continue to 030 heading for a few more minutes and then come back, fly over the carry practice forced landings site. And then overfly those hills and head west. Fine, because I lost a bit of altitude. Bit of power, slow climb back to 1,700. From the time I departed, it took about 15 minutes to get here.
Cessnock traffic legend 2014 is on stage. Runway 35, full stop, Cessnock.
Runway 35. Lake just below us. Looks like a resort actually. $1,600. Just going to increase the tension in the throttle lock. 1,600, 80 knots. A little more and then do a nice right 15-degree turn and heading 300 west or close to west over Kuri. Right, there's a road, I don't want to go past that, so clear right, center and left. Now do a left turn. I might just fly over the airport at this altitude, just do an overfly and then turn south again. I'm just going to descend a little this clouds. Reduce throttle, don't go into the yellow arc. 1,600, okay, maintain this altitude. I'm going to say Cessnock traffic, Cessna 1500 Lima Lima, 5 miles east at 1,600 feet, and to overfly the aerodrome at 1,600 feet. And then continue to the south. Cessnock traffic, Cessna 150 Sierra Lima Lima, 4 miles east to the aerodrome at 1,700 feet. Intent to overfly the runway and then continue east at 1,700 feet. Cessnock.
Sierra Lima Lima Echo Quebec Uniform. Can I just have an appreciation of your the cloud base at the moment?
Yes, I am at 1,700 and the cloud base is probably another 200 or 300 feet above me at the moment. Sierra Lima Lima. Alright, there's a prison. There's the aerodrome. Just going to point this way and go to the threshold for runway 17 because that's where the windsock is. Back to my altitude that I mentioned, 1,700.
Cessnock traffic, Echo Quebec Uniform, Conquest taxiing runway 35 for an overhead departure to the east, climbing 2,000, and for all traffic in the circuit I'll be requiring a full-length backtrack of the runway Cessnock.
I can see the windsock from here, so the wind seems to be coming from 300, kind of northwest. Just a little bit to the right. Have a look. Yeah, so crosswind from the left on runway 35. Right, let's get back down to 1,700. Reduce power, don't overspeed. You're right. Dear Center.
Traffic, Echo Quebec Uniform is entering and backtracking runway 35. That's not.
This guy is going to the east, so I'm going to do the south, no conflict. 1,700. He's backtracking on 3-5, yeah. So the cloud base has lifted a little. Temperature is good, stable, pressure is good. Fuel is good. Altitude is good, 1,800. Increase the volume a little. The radio. 1,900. Let's get back to 1800.
Cessnock traffic, Echo Quebec uniform is rolling, runway 35, Cessnock. Traffic down Foxtrot, Mike November. Foxtrot Mike November is 9 miles to the north of Cessnock. We'll be joining us now at runway 35. Currently 2,000 feet.
I barely heard that. He is joining I think that he's at downwind for runway 35. But I didn't hear. Couldn't hear where he's coming from. It sounded like a very distant transmission, so keep an eye on that plane or an ear and an eye on the plane. Especially the altitude.
Traffic Delta Oscar Lima 172 is taxiing western apron runway 35 for the training area, Cessnock.
Cessnock traffic, Echo Quebec uniform. Overhead 2000, tracking east for inbound Cessnock.
Delta Oscar Lima will be coming over to the training area, so I should eye out of that.
Cessnock traffic, down Foxtrot Partner number is currently 4 miles to the north of the field, cruise 1,200, joining us now on runway 35 for a full stop, Cessnock.
Okay, he's coming from the north, so no conflict. I'm going to take this time I'm going to just fly a little wider, like over these fields, instead of to the left of the fields, see what that is like. I'm going to go to the Kurikuri PFL side again. Just to become more familiar with that area. The eye has drifted a bit, so let's fix that. That's better. Low clouds over that side. I'll get to 1,700 feet. To increase my separation from the cloud base. Reduce power. Okay, back to normal cruise power, 1,700.
Cessnock traffic, Scout Foxtrot Partner number turn, base runway 35, cloud approach, full stop, Cessnock.
One of those is Sugarloaf Peak. I'm not sure which one it is. Something to revise later.
Traffic Delta Oscar Lima 172, lining up 35 with departing downwind to the training area, Cessnock.
November, part eastern side, Cessnock.
Get that. The Delta Oscar Lima is about to take off to the training area. What I'll do, just to, so that I don't do continuously the same thing, just going to fly a little bit to the left side, towards Kurikuri, and left compared to what I did earlier, and then do a right turn. Do like a right orbit, and then continue west. I think as far as time is concerned, quite well. So what I want to do, we spent another 15 minutes in transit between here and the airport, and then go back to the airport and do a few touch and goes. The 35 is in use, which means that I will join crosswind, and then do a normal circuit from that point. So we'll join, yeah, on the crosswind leg. That's Android, yeah. To my right, I can see over the antennas low cloud base. Make sure I'm on 1700. I'm gonna go over the forced landings side and do my orbit. It's a nice 15-degree orbit. My turn here. I'm going to exit the turn as I'm heading west. So clear left, clear center, clear right, right turn. Make it 30 degrees. I'll go west heading. And I'm going to go towards southwest. I'm going to approach the airport at 1,700, my current altitude. Join crosswind. Back to 1,700 feet. I've got the oval right ahead of me, oval, and I've got the prison, and I've got the airport right there. Called Delta Oscar Lima to ask him where he is. Delta Oscar Lima, Sierra Lima Lima. In the training area, could you please let me know your altitude and approximate location? Sierra Lima Lima. Response? Delta Oscar Lima, Sierra Lima Lima, do you copy? Okay. Right, I'm going to head west. This power. Cessnock traffic, Cessna 150, Sierra Lima Lima, 3 miles south, inbound at 1,600 feet, Cessnock. Okay, get my pumpfish, so brakes good. And the carriage is down, mix is rich, fuel is sufficient for a go around, P's and P's on the crane. Turn on the landing light on now, magnetos on both, fuel selectors on both, arches and harnesses are secure, so maintain 1,600. I can see the windsock from here, so it's definitely runway 35. A good strong wind, a good headwind. So I'm going to call that I'm going to join crosswind for runway 35. And I'll do touch and goes. Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima, joining crosswind for runway 35, touch and go, Cessnock. Where that lake is, I'm going to do my left turn to join downwind. I need to get to circuit altitude. Very down, pumpfish. Clear right, clear center, clear left, left turn. At the threshold, power heat on, throttle 2000, maintain altitude, let the drop speed, drop, okay, flap 10. Approach speed is 70 knots. More. Clear right, clear center, clear left, left turn. Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima, turning base for touch and go on runway 35, Cessnock. Right, flap 20. To 1000 feet, 170 knots my approach speed. That's it. Clear right, center, left, left turn. Got headwind, 70 knots. Power. Power paid off. Right. Okay. Ups up. Not the best one. And rotate. A good crosswind right in the end. 70 knots. Alright, runway behind me. Okay, 400 feet.
Cessnock traffic, Barron's here in November Papa. We're crossing the threshold of 17 from the fuel bowser to the western side. Traffic Cessnock.
Okay, undercarriage is down. Power is full, throttle is full. Ups up. Lights off.
Cessnock traffic Delta Oscar Lima 172 is about 8 miles to the south.
Right.
Inbound. And we're just passing 2,500 Cessnock.
Pass it complete and left turn. Feet. $1,100. $1,200. Level off. You're right. Base center. Clear left. Left turn. Here, upish, brakes good, undercarriage is down, mix is rich. Fairly sufficient poke around, piece on the green, landing light on, dual switch on, magneters on both, altitude just drop a little, badges and harnesses are secure. Delta Oscar Lima will be arriving soon. Just power up. So at the threshold, RP on, maintain altitude, reduce power to 2000. Flap 10. But the crosswind does next time. Center left, Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima, turning base for runway 35, touch and go, Cessnock. Really knots speed at this point. Up 20. Reduce power so that I can get to 70 knots. Hit 70 knots. Side of Delta Oscar Lima yet. That's good. My speed is good. Altitude is good. 800 feet. Missed my turn. The power. Right. Here right. Center left. Turn. lead off. 30-degree flap. Just power. Trim. Crosswind. Alright. I'm going to use a bit of rudder this time. 70 knots. Idle. Much better. Power. Full throttle. 55. 60 knots. Rotate. Right rudder. We're behind. Doubling at the horizon. That's it. So power is full. Undercarriage is fixed. Lights off. Ups up. Right. Pitch up a little. Trim.
Cessnock traffic. Delta Oscar Lima 172 joining crosswind runway 35 Cessnock. And we'll be for a full stop.
Delta Oscar Lima, Sierra Lima Lima. I'm on crosswind at the moment. Cessnock.
Sierra Lima Lima, Delta Oscar Lima, and we've got you sighted, thank you.
Please. Level off. You're right. Center. Left. Actually, I'm just gonna do a touch and go in this one. I've got traffic right there. I think he's departing. Brakes, good. Undercarriage is fixed. Mix is rich. Still is sufficient for a go around. Decent pace on the grain. New selector is on. Just enhances secure.
Cessnock traffic, Delta Oscar Lima is base, runway 35 full stop Cessnock.
Oh, base, alright. So that's Delta Oscar Lima. So I'm just going to extend my. Just go behind him. Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima. I'm going to do an orbit just for separation with this Delta Oscar Lima, Cessnock.
Cessnock traffic, Legend 2014, taxi to run up bay, runway 35, Cessnock.
see just Delta Oscar Lima right there on plate final. Let's register one. Get back to altitude. Alright, let's get on base. Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima, turning base for runway 35, touch and go, Cessnock. Up head on. Wave speed for up 10. Up 20. I'm looking at the fuel, I'm going to do full stop. Right, center, left turn.
Cessnock traffic, Delta Oscar Lima, clear the runway.
Oh, righto, Hill.
Alright, follow me.
Paid off, full flap. Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima, do this a full stop, Cessnock. Basically not. Good. Landing light on. Crosswind from the right. Power. Idle. It was not a very good landing. Okay, I'm gonna preserve brakes. Actually, I'm slow enough. Cessnock traffic, Sierra Lima Lima, clear the runway, Cessnock. Flaps identified and up, landing light off, and transponder on standby. I believe that's it. And that was my first area solo. Oh, for some reason my left hand really hurt. Right, shut down, set RPM 1000. Radios off. Fade off. Throttle cut off. Pitches off. He's not. Master switch.
Done. Get some air.